Okay, so I'm gonna quickly make. Okay, so or actually, okay, so I don't know if I've talked to you about making GUIs yet before, Francis. Have I? Have we talked about
I
this?
didn't. I think you talked to Ray about it, but I couldn't go to that one because it was in the
Okay, cool.
morning, right?
All right, cool. So to add um, GUIs into our game, so graphics that the player can interact with. Okay, um, we have to add them as children of the starter GUI. Okay, so I can click on this plus here, and there's a container object called screen GUI. Okay, and this I don't see anything on my screen yet. Okay, but this container stores um, different GUI elements. So I can have a frame here if I just want, have a background. Okay, I can have a text button, which is what we're going to use. Okay, um, if you just want text, you can just use text label. This is just pure text. You can't click it. So notice when I mouse over this, I can click it, but when I mouse over this, I cannot click. Okay, and then we can also have things like maybe you might want to enter text in a text box, or you might want to have a an image button. Okay, so lots of cool different uh, UI elements that we can use here. Okay, so we're just gonna call this one teleport. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna add um, a local script into here. Okay. Uh, I'm not going to go over like client versus server here, but I don't think we need to. I don't think we're gonna need to. All we gotta understand is for GUIs, we need to use a local script here for our code, and then but for stuff that all the other stuff I've been talking to you about, we need to use a regular script. Okay, but I will eventually have a training where we go over what the difference between local script and a regular script is. Okay,
Oh, okay. So to clarify, you always use local scripts when for GUI?
99% of the time, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, and then the part that we're going to teleport to is going to be over here. Okay, I'm going to rename this teleport part. Okay, and all right. So, and I'm going to call this screen GUI teleport GUI. Okay. Um, so the reason these things are called starter, like you might see a lot of these things have like starter at the front of their name. Okay, is because if you have anything inside of them, then when I play the game, the things in these starter folders are going to get put into my uh, player, into the respective like folders that go to them. So in the player GUI, I have my teleport GUI here. Okay, the GUI that's in starter GUI is not the one that belongs to my player. Okay, so if I have multiple players here, the reason I'm going over this is so we know how to make a variable for the GUI. Um, and okay, so I have, huh? Oh, okay, I have two players here. Okay, and I'm on player two screen, so I can see my player two GUIs. Okay, all right, and then player one. Okay, this is player one. Also has his own teleport GUI. Okay, the one that's in starter GUI is not the one that they're using. In fact, if I delete this, okay, I don't have my teleport GUI. Okay, but this player still has his. Okay, and if I delete the one in starter GUI, I still have mine. Okay, um, so let me just clean up. All right, so now, okay, I'm gonna make a variable for the let me call this teleport button. Okay, so I'm gonna say teleport button, and this is gonna be equal to script dot parent. Okay, and buttons, let's say text button. Buttons have an event. Okay, they have a lot of events. Okay, but or let me see here. Or let me check something here. There's a new event that I haven't used yet that might make things easier. I'm going super quickly here just because I want to verify something. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. So the event that we're gonna use is mouse button 1 clicked. Okay. So this is fired when the mouse has left clicked the GUI button. Okay, well, that's perfect for our purposes. So we're going to say dot mouse button 1 click. Okay, and of course I want to connect a function to this event, and what we're going to connect, just to make sure it works, is we're going to connect a function called print hello. Okay, I'm just going to print the phrase hello. Oh wait, I'm writing in the wrong one. I'm gonna delete this. Just to verify, we should only have a local script here. Okay, this variable, this function, and then this event. So are we on the same page, Francis?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we are.
And we're gonna connect print hello. All right. So then if I play here and I click this, okay, we see hello print, which is awesome. Okay, cool. So now, okay, what I want to do is when I click, okay, I want to teleport the character. So I'm going to say function teleport character. Okay, and you'll notice that mouse button 1 click does not give us any parameters here. This event doesn't give us any parameters. Okay, so we don't have something like the player who touched or who clicked. Okay, but in a local script, I always can get access to the player who's playing on the computer. Okay, by understanding that the players has a property called local player. Okay, so here I see that the local player is /73. Okay, but for another player playing this game, if there were multiple players playing this game, the local player would be something different. Okay, and just to prove that out, okay, so when we create a server, we get 2 players, and One of the players' names is player 1 and the other is player 2. And so if I go to the players object here, I see that the local player, okay, so this is player 2 right here. Okay. Okay, this is the player 2 character. And the local player is player 2. Okay, but if I go to the other one, okay, the local player is player 1. So the local player is the person who's playing locally at their computer. I like to explain the phrase local by using like as students might be familiar with like the phrase local market or something, or local Publix. So I can say players is equal to game dot players, and then player is equal to players dot local player. Okay, and we know that this player has a character property, as we saw earlier. Okay, and so then I can say in this function local character is equal to player dot character. Okay, and then or let me make a variable for this part here. I didn't make a variable for this part yet, so I'm gonna say teleport part is equal to game dot workspace dot teleport part, and I'm gonna say local. So the character has a humanoid root part. So I'm gonna say local humanoid root part is equal to it's going to be equal to character dot humanoid root part, and then we want the humanoid root part's position to be the position of the teleport part. So I'm going to say humanoid root part dot position is equal to teleport part dot position. Okay, and that's it.
Nice.
All right, so to test this out, if I click this, oh jeez,
Yeah, it kind of flung me around.
oh jeez. All right, let me see here. Instead, let's say character. So models have a function called move to, and then we can move it to the humanoid root part dot position. Let's try that. No, wait, that should be teleport part dot position. All right, there we go. And let me verify it works on the server. Yep. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it worked
All
for
right,
me
so we
too.
can't just move it using the other way. Okay, but all models have a function called move to, and we can just move it to there. So that's pretty cool.
Hey, thank you.
No problem. All right, I will
That's a
upload
lot
this
simpler than
video.
I thought it would be.
It's a lot
Yeah.
simpler than I thought it would be as well.
Cool.
Cool.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
No, that's it. Thanks for the extra time. All
No
that.
problem.
Bye.